welcome to Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and the lovely Tasha.
It's pumpkin pie season. I almost said it wrong. It's fine.
um,
So happy.
yeah. I need to get some. I've been craving some like pumpkin spice.
Yes.
I looked for
Do it
coffee creamer the other day and they didn't have any, so not yet. I know,
soon.
I know.
Soon.
So we are back with another Mad Chats and Recaps. This is for the week of August the 22nd through the 28th of 2022. And as always, we start with our Mondays the Forsaken. After an evening full of hugs, confessions, tears, hurt feelings, and a beautiful revelation between a bugbear and his daughter, the adventurers turn in for the night. Some in Rhaenyra's magnificent mansion, and others elsewhere. The next morning, while Gerbil eats breakfast with Lilsa and Shanad, the rest of the group have breakfast in the mansion. Juniper, Tegan, and Zavar talk a bit of strategy just as Kazil wakes up, bringing a guest to breakfast. As they settle in for some food, talk turns to future plans. As a supposedly deceased furball Geneva, Aurelia's assistant, is brought up, Kazil comes up with a plan. Using a wish ring that he picked up quite a while ago, he uses it to bring her back mere feet from the breakfast table. And before the group can properly process, he does so again, bringing back a tall elven woman with dark hair and eyes. Demanding to see Gerbil, Kazil immediately takes her to him and Losa. Wanting a surprise encounter, he leaves them be without explanation. And Gerbil is immediately suspicious, as he recognizes the elf to be none other than his dead wife, Addie. After some additional explanation, however, from Kazil, Gerbil tearfully welcomes her back. And also Gerbil punches Kazil a couple of times. Losa soon following, as the not punching Kazil, but welcoming back Addie. As the newly reunited family refamiliarize themselves with each other, Kazil heads back to the tent and to immediate questions. A bit taken back and confused, our adventurers work out a few of their issues. However, if they're expecting to tackle the takedown of the library and the Great One, they still have a long ways to go. Yeah, it was wild.
I mean, that's a lot to unpack emotional wise.
So here's another thing is that like, and I gave it as a Patreon exclusive, but I'll say it here. Like, I told Dan, Kazil, and the rest afterwards is like, you might want to think of why he was able to do that, Kazil, because he usually to do like, because he mimicked the greater, not the greater restoration, but the like true, what is it, like true resurrection spell
Yeah,
with the wish
so,
spell.
Yeah.
But you need like something to go along, like you need something of theirs, like, or to know them personally, or you need something that belonged to them, usually, I think is how it works. And he didn't have any either of those things. He had a sending stone to Geneva, but he didn't have anything of Addie's. So why was he able to do it? I was like, could be something you might want to think about, sir. But yeah, so Gerbil has his wife and has 2 kids now. Juniper, poor thing, was heartbroken.
Oh,
because she liked Gerbil. And they just had this like heartfelt conversation before, and Gerbil was like, "This won't be the last time you'll see me," and then wife and kids. So
surprise.
It's like a Lifetime movie, honestly.
Hallmark Channel style.
Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
Yes. So what happened over on? We didn't have the Penumbra Assembly this past week, but remind us what happened the week before.
Finding out that their audience to plead their case will be in 2 to 3 hours, the party decides to head into town for lunch at a very nice restaurant chosen by Quinn. There, they find out a little more about each other's past and finish their food just in time for guards to collect them and bring them back to the estate for their hearing. Inside, they speak with the guard captain, Zognar Verdosk. that in a clearly unused throne room. Zognar demands to hear their story, asking as little questions as possible and seeming as passe as the guards who questioned them before. He admitted that guard Kelry was wrong in attacking them, but she was dead. Oops, and the other guards wouldn't be punished for following a superior's orders. After the interrogation, he warns the group to keep their visit to Amakir short. And upon facing a bit of backtalk from a couple of the adventurers, decides to make his warning into more of a threat. Stay in the city, and they will be seeing him again, possibly at the cost of their lives. Once released, the adventurers find a small pub to rent out and chat in, convincing Quinn that, for his own safety, should head back to his own plane soon. Once back at the inn, they all retire for the night, but Dacos has a special plan to use his spectral form to scare the guard captain. And it seemingly worked. I think we had this. Yep, it did work.
Yeah, it did work. It did work.
Nice. Very nice.
Just, yeah. They've kind of put themselves in a pickle with the guards in this demi plane, and it. Yeah. Yep. I've never had such like back talking PCs before, but here we are.
It's chaos. It's beautiful.
It's chaos. So, one in extremis, which we didn't have this week, but I'll give you a recap of what happened the week before. Our sky pirates finished making their way across the desert to reach the town of Purity Plains. After finding it to be a ghost town, they took a long rest and did a little further investigation. Lizana found a perfectly balanced town sign and gave it a spin or two before returning to the saloon. She also found some interesting booze that gave her a several-hour buzz and a firing burp. Relith and Sinister also tested the booze before heading over to the giant stairwell built inside the town's massive well. Reaching the bottom, they found a long cave carved into the stone and brought them to the grand city of, Vathanolaka. Hopefully. Here they discovered, it's been a week and a half since I've heard the name, so here they discovered that Vic's parents were among the Whispers. People vanished from the city after claiming to hear strange whispers in the days prior. The sacred text also stolen away. The crew spoke with the mayor and volunteered to help to find Vic's parent and the missing people, and set off to do so at the end of the session. There we go. Yeah.
You did better than I would have with that word. Vathanolaki. Yep.
Vathanolaka.
Vathanolaka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Here we go.
We're professionals.
We did have Obsidian Scar last night. So what happened on Obsidian Scar, Tasha?
Watch me butcher this. So our heroes, deep in the crypts of Kellamvor, under his great temple in the Cassadothian Pass, worked quickly to navigate through its winding passages to find the relic Lashana required for the trade they bargained with her. After a suspiciously easy escape with their bounty, they parted ways to prepare for their departure to Harassa. The next days were spent shopping, writing, searching for the mysteriously disappearing tieflings, having terrible nightmares filled with blood and the undead. Ooh, more shopping and chocolate cake, because those all go together. Jules, after months of accumulating the necessary components and studying the ancient infernal texts with Linnet, finally cast the first spell from the Tome of Great and Terrible Powers. That's so cool. Okay, almost costing him his life. Well, he emerged from the ritual exhausted, an ever-growing halo of dark matter surrounding him. But with a mind so vast, none in the Isles could dare rival him. Hoping to recover in the safety of the Sea Ward, the crew set out for a slow but safer course towards their home base in Harassa, only to be intercepted by an airship of the Erastilian Empire, seemingly in pursuit of Ileana. I did it!
Yay! And of course the big truck is outside beeping and just slowly going down the street. Sorry.
If it's not that, it would have been River barking, so...
For sure. Yeah. I don't remember the chocolate cake, but I might have just not been. I was also drinking last night, so I might have just
Nice.
have not remembered. But yeah, the blood and the undead nightmare was Derek that had that,
Oh.
and yeah,
And
I'm
Jules almost
really
died?
Jules almost died, but now he has a 30 intelligence.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah, and then this like weird black halo,
Gonna go to his
which
head.
it worries me that the DM put in here ever growing, so I'm afraid.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because you've only seen it for a cup for like 3 days, and so that's a little frightening. But yeah, it went
Interesting.
off. He almost died. Because it encased him in gold, and then he couldn't breathe because there were
Oh.
no like holes or anything. So it did that for 4 minutes. His breath was 3, or it did it for 5 minutes. His breath was 4, or something like that. He was a minute over his breath,
Wow.
so he did have to make a saving throw. Because there's nothing that we couldn't touch him. So even before
Yeah.
that, he almost died because it kept hurting him as it was like rising, like the gold was rising up, like out of the book. It kept like hurting him. So he was down to like 10 hit points. Thankfully, Linux had some healing potions that he kept kind of like trying, like feeding him. Um, yeah, because like all of my healing skills really on are touch.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
yeah, it was wild.
Huh.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with this ship next week. Well, I guess the week after because announcement, no Obsidian Scar this week because our DM and a couple of the players will be at, or one of the players will be at PAX, and it's Labor Day weekend,
And it's Labor Day weekend.
and it's our scheduled Sunday, like first day of the first Sunday of the month off. So it all works together.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
I'll have to live with the ship thing for like 2 weeks at least.
It's fine.
It always works out that way. It's always like this big cliffhanger that's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And we have our merch store, so if you checked it out, go to madbirdstreams.com.
Yep.
That's where we have links. We have our videos, links to our YouTube there. We're slowly getting our YouTube caught up with the newest videos. And also, birthday wise, we have one tomorrow on the 30th of August is Melissa, who played in Here's the Met. She played in Stormfall. She played in Tower of Dreams for a bit. Yeah, happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday.
All right. I think that's all that we have for this week. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in Twitch. We'll see you in Discord, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
you. Well, nope, never mind. Nope, that's not it.
Maybe if you did like ABC.
Okay, we're done. We're live. Hi. No, that's not gonna help. All right, well, welcome to another episode of the Penumbra Assembly, and welcome players, welcome viewers. We're so glad to have you. Let me go ahead and do the tweet here.
We made a bingo card at work today.
Yeah.
And I feel like technical difficulties should be on ours.
I love it.
All right, got that done. All right, welcome everyone. Let's get started with our roll for inspiration. When we do that first.
Ah, wonderful. Outstanding.
Put your numbers in the Zoom chat, please. Outstanding, I say.
Oh, fine job.
Oh, fine job. Whoa.
That's terrible. I've got to type.
For a second, Dan, I thought you were like going to like proclaim like your type, like.
Oh, I have a type now.
Just out of nowhere, I have a type, and she was just
constantly
oh
discovering new types.
Jesus,
Like, oh, I guess.
Same.
I guess that's the thing I'm
Same.
to people.
All right, everyone got their stuff in. Okay, we got a 5, a 20, 17, and a 6. It goes to Yvonne because the number was 17 exactly. Yvonne
Nice.
has inspiration for tonight.
Mm.
Alrighty, let's see here. Let's get in with our recap from last week for episode 10. Finding out that their audience to plead their case will be in 2 to 3 hours, the party decide to head into town for lunch at a very nice restaurant chosen by Quinn. There they find out a little more about each other's past and finish their food just in time for the guards to collect them and bring them back to the estate for their hearing. Inside, they speak with the guard captain Zagnar Verdosk in a clearly unused throne room with a beautiful ceiling that Yvonne noticed. Zagnar demands to hear their story, asking as little questions as possible and seeming as passé as the guards who questioned them before. He admitted that guard Kelry was wrong in attacking them, but she was dead, and the other guards wouldn't be punished for following a superior's orders. After the interrogation, he warns the group to keep their visit to Amicure short, and, upon facing a bit of backtalk from a couple of the adventurers, decide to make his warning into more of a threat. Stay in the city, and they will be seeing him again, possibly at the cost of their lives. Once released, the adventurers find a small pub to rent out and chat in, convincing Quinn that, for his own safety, he should head back to his own plane zone. Once back at the inn, they all retire for the night, but Dakos has a special plan to use his spectral form, to scare the guard captain, and it seemingly worked. And that's where we ended last week. So tonight, we open up with it not being night. It is now morning. Everyone got their sleep in. And if anyone heads downstairs, you would notice that there is very lavish, like, continental breakfast open.
Mm.
I can't hear that phrase without thinking about the Key and Peele skit anymore.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Right.
I'll dig in.
Yep,
Delicious.
Drexen
Delicious,
will-
yes.
Take part, yes.
Quinn will probably come downstairs and join you. Oh, good morning, everyone. Sleep well.
No,
Yes.
really not. We were not attacked, at least. So.
Well, that's a One up from last night.
Improvement?
Yes, an improvement from last night. The night before,
Indeed.
I mean, for sure. I'm glad to see everyone's well. And Jill will come down to breakfast for viewers. Alex couldn't make it this evening, but Jill will be there as well. Probably like 10 minutes later, Carl will come in. Carl Jr. will come in and hand Quinn a kind of a velvet sack, velvet pouch, and Quinn will thank Carl and kind of pass it on to just kind of sit on the table. There's your sending stones to me if you need it. Or your sending stone. I mean, I of course will hear, and he'll just take one out and put it in his pocket. Almost forgot that wouldn't have been very helpful if.
No.
Yeah.
It would not.
No.
Don't trust me with it. Who wants to hold the sending stone?
Giovanni's busy drawing the diagram of a ceiling inside the book that's meant to communicate with our benefactor. So Giovanni is not in this conversation at the moment. I mean, Giovanni's there and present, but...
All right. In that case, Drexon will hold out his hand and take the sending stone.
Okay. They're sitting on the table, so you just grab them.
Grab it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just one, right? Just this one.
Just one.
Stone?
Yeah. There were two, but Gwen took his out.
Right.
So, what do y'all have on your plate today? Do you think? He'll kind of like lower his voice and lean in a bit.
To the
What?
woods, perhaps.
Oh. Okay.
I don't think we figured it out yet.
Well,
I vote for the woods.
Perhaps I'll leave you to figure it out, and I'll go ahead and take my leave. And he'll stand and give a short little bow. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. And if you want to come up for a visit, or if you need to escape this plane for reasons, just let me know, okay?
Of course. Thank you.
Keep an eye out for, Lyra, if you can.
Indeed, we will.
Yes.
Thank you again.
Thank you. It's been an interesting and fun past couple of days. So. Okay.
Hi, Carl. Good morning.
Oh, hey. Hi. Great hanging out with y'all sometimes. And Quinn and Carl will take their leave.
Oh, well. I'm glad that they're getting back to safety.
Yes, for the moment.
I think I'm just going to take breakfast to write down everything that we've encountered and that I haven't reported yet. Take a book out, whatever the book is, and start jotting down and writing them out. Every single thing. My map is completed so far.
Okay.
And all of the events, everything we've learned about the fawn and the hooded figure and the shadiness and all that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else here at the breakfast table? What are y'all doing?
We should go to the woods today, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've pretty much exhausted a lot of our angles that we've had here, so we might as well find out what's going on with these animals.
What do y'all think we'll find in the woods?
Maybe a cool witch?
That would be
I've
interesting.
rarely known witches to be cool, but
Oh, I mean, it depends
Um,
on, if you bring them a bottle of whiskey, usually they're a little more amenable.
oh, does anyone have a bottle of whiskey on them?
I
No,
like how you're
we'll
thinking,
reach out.
Draxlin. Yvonne just walks up to the bar. It's like breakfast time, and it's like, "Can I have a bottle of whiskey?" And of course, he's like, what,
Oh.
2'5" or something?
Yes.
Sure. That'll be a couple silver.
Done. Pays like 3 silver.
He'll give you a bottle of whiskey.
Grabs a bottle of whiskey. Sit down on the breakfast table. Okay, I'm ready to go.
We got that covered.
Prepared.
Maybe this
Yeah,
should be
but
standard operating protocol from now on. We should always carry a bottle of whiskey with us just in case.
You never know. It has
it's a
many
good
uses.
idea. The tiefling gentleman, I believe, with the constructs that handles animals was lying when he spoke of when they were brought out to the woods, and that he did not attend, but just the constructs brought them out, released them, lying through his teeth. So there's at least a partial mystery in that, I think, to solve outside of why so many creatures enter the city.
Was he not the one that helped us with the Crocs, though? I thought he was maybe one of the good guys.
Perhaps. Maybe there's some social pressure from our new friend. But I can't think of her name, but the guard person that just gave us such a hard time to keep something on the hush.
Yeah, at best he was indifferent to us.
Too many secrets in this city.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, also there's the fawn that released itself from the basement. Yes, wasn't it a fawn of some sort? And also the antlered creature that's under a cloak that's following the queen. It just all feels very tied together.
It's leading to the forest. I mean, we could, I guess, maybe should be prepared or aware that it may be an okay thing here. The guards poach the forest for livestock, but
yes,
there's something much more sinister, I think, going on out there.
I'm wondering if we could either wait for the next the next time that tiefling gentleman with the constructs clears animals, perhaps we can follow the constructs into the woods to see what happens, or
if the occasion arises, we could, being as a random event as it would be, although
yes.
the past 2 weeks becoming more and more frequent.
It would be nice to be out there when nobody else is out there, though.
Yeah, and plus, if we travel in that direction, it'll be more and more obvious that it'll be an awkward situation for the guards. Any guards that are tailing us. It's easy to tail someone in the city, but out in the middle of a lone country road leading into the forests.
Country roads.
That takes some people home.
You've spoken of wrestling with animals and such in the past. Do you track well? Perhaps we could try and track. I imagine constructs leave behind fairly obvious footprints. So I imagine. Are you competent with tracking?
Not per se, not really. No, just more of an attribute of my size than of anything else.
All right. So not Drexen. Anyone else? Yo or Lev? Yvonne, perhaps?
Not it.
I mean, I've spent some time in the wild places of the world, so not really a tracker per se, but I know a trick or two, I guess. We can try it.
All right. Nice new place to start. Seems like there's plenty of wood, so I think maybe we can't ask guards. Do we have anyone trusted in the city that might know from which exit they typically leave the city?
Well, maybe not in the city, but we do have sort of a good relationship with the sheep farmer. We
Yes. Perhaps they've seen something. And perhaps they know who that wealthiest farmers are, as tempestuous. Someone was revealing that they were getting subsidies to house a teleportation cycle. Shall we go to our Furbolg friend?
The Farron? We
Yes,
could. We
yes.
should stay away from the bees and wasps.
good idea.
Like let's
Yes.
go around.
Yes, we definitely agree.
Plus the owners were kind of not very nice to us.
Doubly agreed.
Out of character, I vaguely remember there being a path or an overpass described that led from the palace to somewhere in the farmland. I have to take a look at my notes, but
Okay.
No, okay, yeah, that's a good one.
That would be a very interesting one to. Yeah. If we can't find anything else, perhaps we can start. Well, if Liv mentions it anyway. Stop there. That's Neferin then. Yes.
Yeah, I think was it a K? Clefairy? I have it with a K. I don't know.
It's changed. Much like a shapeshifters of lore, it's changed many times.
My official notes since the very beginning has been Thefaren, Thefaren.
Okay.
Thefaren.
It's marked
Correct.
down for session 1.
Yes, I have it for. Yes. All right. Need that video game feature where your journal has been updated.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, my tum-tum is full. I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah, let's get a boat, take us up to the outskirts, and carry on from there.
Excellent. As a note, I'm going to be traveling with my hood cinched, just to be able to perceive in all directions and such, in case anyone's keep an eye on those that I'm sure are following us.
Very good.
I'll be astride Prudence as well, so if anyone needs a quick out, I can very slowly, I think, carry one person with me.
Nice. All right. I'm just giving you
shall we hail our usual river cab?
Yeah,
Yep.
y'all start exiting. Sorry, I was just trying to find out. I thought I marked this last time, but I must have not kept it there. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's such a bright day.
So the group of you step out of the inn, and I believe you were staying in, what was it, the Swan, or which one it was that y'all ended up with last time?
It was a fancy one.
Yeah.
Unless they were both fancy.
The what? Oh, the unique sheep or what?
Unique
Something
sheep. That's it. That's it. The Swan was
nice.
where y'all ate, I think. Let me just mark that down since I didn't last time. Okay.
Yeah, that was a pleasant stay.
I'll step out of the inn and take but 5 steps. Who would be probably towards the back of the party as you're walking?
The back.
Lev?
Lev probably would have grabbed a coffee before you left.
Okay. Yeah,
Such a
so Lev, you're trying to catch up with the group and you feel a tug on your shoulder. I mean, on your elbow. And you turn and there's this cloaked figure, but not in like a your typical kind of cloak with a hood. It's more or less kind of like fabric wrapped around, but you can see their eyes, kind of a brownish gold.
Pardon me.
Could I talk to your group? I need to talk to you. It's urgent.
Lev kind of like turns sideways to this figure, and then with one hand like slowly reaches for his wand. Sure. What about?
It's was she? Let's see here. She will. You will hear something in your mind, Lev. I'm Lady Amikir's assistant. Lyra Amikir. She wants to speak with your group.
Oh,
to take you to her.
Of course. Let me talk to my group really quickly. He sends a message to each one individually. Urgent. Meet me back in front of tavern. Lady Amikir's assistant needs to meet.
All right, Drexler will like almost immediately break stride and turn on his heel. And
Yvonne has a quick look around and figure out where our guard shadow is, because I assume we're being followed by a guard.
Oh, make a perception check.
Will a 24 help me?
Yes. You do see a couple of guards in the area. Not really like station, but more or less just patrolling.
Okay, if they're patrolling, Giovanni actually won't wave at them then. Okay, I'll keep an eye on them.
Okay. All right. So, rest of you, what are you doing?
Looking at each other, probably.
yeah, Drexler will follow Lev, but I'm going to give Lev about a 15, 20 foot distance so he could lead with his companion there without forming a procession.
Lev, can we reply to message, I think?
I don't believe so. That's sending.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you get the cantrip. What is it? A cantrip message?
I think.
Oh wait. No, they can reply.
Oh.
You'll hear actually something in your head, Love. This is an open communication. I can, and she'll just kind of like, start to motion, but then she'll stop.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the other line.
So, well, no, I'm just saying if you need to tell me or to ask me anything, you can do so.
Oh.
So you're kind of looking around. Just pretend like, and she'll go to pretend like she's like leaning up against a wall or something.
Messaging everybody else. Whoever this is, she's not very good at this. I'm not sure why we're doing this in the open.
Oh no. I think I'm going to ask her directly if, in fact, she's bringing us to see. If she's telling the truth. And I'll shuffle up. But I'll wait for everyone else to be there.
Yep.
We've stayed here for too long. We should probably move to somewhere inside this inn.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. She will immediately go inside and just kind of step off into probably the restaurant area that you just came from.
Okay.
It's pretty busy, but there's like right where when you come into the restaurant, there's an empty table, and she'll just immediately just sit down to that and just get in the very back of the table, like as far as seating goes.
All right, sit down as well. Before we talk about any other matters, I understand that. Is there anyone around? If I speak quietly, can I just address her?
The place is
thought.
the place is busy. It's gotten a little bit busier even since you since you stepped out. Like a couple of the other like groups have come down, but you can probably there'd probably be such. It's not loud in there, but there is like a little bit of clamor of voices. So you could probably, if you kept your voice hushed enough, yeah.
Okay. You told a friend that you're the Queen's sister, yes?
Assistant.
And that you're assistant.
Yes.
You're the Queen's assistant.
Here, and you can talk to me mentally. I can only do this with one of you at a time.
Oh, all right. So mentally, right. I just want to know if you were telling the truth.
Yes.
About being here.
Well,
okay.
I mean,
Is she
I
telling
was about ready to ask. Yes, she is.
Okay. Thank you. And
yes.
I'll look at everyone else just but nod. She's telling the truth.
She'll say to you mentally, Kazil, my voice. Is my voice?
Isn't pronounced like that, you know.
What?
You said Kazil. I was just giving you a hard
time.
time.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She'll speak to you mentally, Dakos. My name's Satara. The Queen's assistant. And she's waiting for you in the theater district. I'm gonna take you to the theater for you to meet with her.
And this is on the Queen's orders, not someone else telling you the Queen wishes this to be done.
No, I only follow Lady Amicur's orders, of course. What do you?
How do we all? I mean,
yes.
I'd like to be able to say this with everyone, not just you and I.
Well, I mean, I guess we can whisper. It's just find it easier to keep things hidden in the mind, but okay.
I mean, if you don't mind directly, if you can go back and forth, you can tell everyone. Yeah.
Quick question, point of interest. Does the rest of the party know that Drexlin sent a psionic message to Lady Amicure last night?
I didn't.
I don't think we do. I wanted to make sure because I know it's on my notes, but I don't think we know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I related that.
Yes, well.
My name's Satara.
What does the Queen want?
Someone sent her a message.
Drexel will sort of like, oh, this is still mental?
No, this is out loud.
Yeah.
It's mental.
We need a little bubble or something to hold up or something. It's like mental. Drexel will just sort of like subtly just like flex his hand a little, that everybody would know that it was him without saying it aloud.
Someone sent her a message, and she wanted to speak to your group about what the message said. So we snuck out of the palace today. It's fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
To clarify,
no.
You said we?
Yes. Me and Lady Amicure.
Drexel said, yeah, in our brief meeting after our reporting to the commander, I sent her a psionic message expressing our concerns.
Yes, Lady Amakir can leave the estate, of course, but she didn't want the guards to know that she was leaving the estate.
Yeah, she's. When we met with her at the estate, there were guards, keeping a close watch. It was difficult to express any open thoughts, so that's why I sent her the message.
You actually see a guard step in to the foyer area and just kind of step in and look around. Satara will immediately kind of like tug her cloak a bit to herself and kind of like lean back against the wall. Because she got the seat like closest to like the wall, so she's just kind of like leaning back in her seat. The guard will be there for probably like a couple of minutes before they turn and leave again. But they did look directly at your table.
I mean, Takos is there, so people do kind of look our way.
Thanks. Then shall we tarry before more guards appear?
That would be good.
Should probably go. If you're willing to go.
Oh, yes. More than willing.
I love the theater.
Oh, well, it's an off day, so everything's... She kind of... Anyways, I'll take you to her. So Satara will stand up and kind of tie her cloak a little bit tighter again and start heading towards the door. Everyone's following? Okay. Alright, so y'all are... Let me see where you're gonna have to go here. I think y'all are just in that one section right there. Satara will go to the canal and will secure a boat, handing over a pretty hefty sack of money. We would assume coin. And person will, of course, let everyone in and start on your way. Now, the boat will start to go towards like one of the larger thoroughfares of the canal system that goes directly to the estate. But Satara would probably be like, no, go around the other way. And will like briefly show something to the driver of the boat. And they'll turn and start going the other way. It would take probably about taking that back way and trying to take a couple of back routes, probably like close to a half hour to get to the theater district. Maybe a little bit over. Satara would just be sitting awkwardly in the boat. Is there anything that y'all want to say or anything on your way there?
Oh, Yevani can chat her up awkwardly if the opportunity arises.
Yeah. She'll seem very, very awkward. A bit, very shifty-eyed, not towards y'all, but to, like, the surroundings as they pass. If you pass any guards, she would immediately kind of sink down into the boat a bit. Yeah, or put something in front of her face, or, like a book or a cloth or something, but... you get to the theater district, and she would take you directly to the Royal Theater, which you see a large marquee for the malicious great animal that is currently playing. But today is an off day, so it is showing tomorrow. I think is the next time and date. Take you inside and take you all the way into a back room. Everything's pretty dark. You don't see anyone in the theater. Seems to be completely... You would almost think it's abandoned and not used. But Satara seems to... She'll probably... Yeah. A little questionable about a couple of, like, where... Okay, like, I think the room is back here. Right. I kind of take you back there and maybe hit, like, a dead end one time or two, and then we'll get you to a closed room that she'll like quickly open to kind of peek in. Okay, this is it. And Satara will kind of open the door and let it open naturally, like on its own. And inside, you'll see Lady Amakir sitting on a kind of an old couch. This is kind of like a back dressing room.
Okay.
Lady Amakir is dressed as you usually see her, with just a hood that she'll take off as soon as you come in.
We meet again.
Oh, if you don't mind coming in and taking a seat, there are chairs here we've gathered. Satara, if you could get the door. Yes, of course. So Satara will close the door.
Take my shoes off and lay on the carpet.
There's several candles lit in the room. Give it a nice glow. Hi.
Yeah.
So glad to see that you've taken us up.
Yes. Yes. Kind of briefly glance around. I'm surprised Quinn's not with you. Did he not want to come?
Oh, just feared for his safety after our encounter.
And he left earlier in the morning before your assistant encountered us, so he had no knowledge we were meeting.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that he's going back where he needs to be.
Would have loved to have come, I'm sure.
He is quite concerned.
Greatly for you.
Right. 1 second, please, Satara. And she'll kind of give a little tap on her head. And you'll see her kind of just looking at Satara for a few seconds and looking a bit like... you'll see her eyebrows furrow a bit, because I'm sure that everyone's kind of looking at her and would see this. I'm not going to make you roll anything. And that only lasts for like a minute, and she'll kind of turn back and... Okay, sorry. Just had to make sure that you weren't followed. Satara, and you'll see Satara kind of leave the room. She's going to go and just make sure that no one was telling the group.
Yvonne was inspecting the walls all this time. kind of like knocking on them, trying to see if they're hollow.
Oh, sure.
Very curious.
Sure. Yeah, make a perception check, or make a perception check, Yvonne. Or an investigation check if you want.
I'll stick with the 14 for perception.
Okay. All right.
Yvonne's just in his usual kind of...
Yeah, it seems like a pretty
activity.
Standard kind of, I don't know if Yvonne would have ever seen a back room to a theater, like a dressing room, but you would see there's a vanity there's some extra clothes draped over a chair, some dresses and suits. Yeah.
Okay, I think Yvonne's going to do his usual thing of kind of looking around, doing stuff, but actually paying more attention than he appears to.
Sure. So, she'll kind of look at you, Drexlin. You mentioned problems or something I should be cautious about, if I remember correctly. Can you explain a bit more? I don't... It was a bit vague.
I don't know if you had heard, but the prior evening or 2 evenings ago, we were staying at an inn, and a group of so-called rogue guards accosted us. Under the pretense that we had to go. That we were at first saying we were under arrest, but would not specify what we were under arrest for, but proceeded to engage us in battle, in a fight.
Only because we woke. They were trying to send us...
Yes, it was in our... fortunately, 2 of us were aroused in time to hear them breaking into our rooms. One of our... Lev here was not so fortunate. He was attacked and stabbed, and Quinn was magically put to sleep
Oh,
by one of the guards, told to just go along with it. But he, to his credit, he acknowledged that this was some nefarious things going on here, and unfortunately, we had to kill one guard, but the others we spared. But we've been told we are on thin ice here by the commander of the guard. Things do not seem to be right with the guards. That's just been our general perception in our brief stay here.
Lady Amicure will get up and start pacing as you're talking, Drexler.
As I mentioned at the party too, where they were clearly, that's and not really trying to help, just act like they were.
No, that's not good.
I don't think they have. I think they have their own interests. I don't think they have a true guard's interest in this city. I think they're sort of running their own operation here.
Well, yes, I mean, kind of. They were, they're mostly ran by my father.
Oh, so do they report directly to you or to your father?
I mean, they both. I mean, they're instructed by my father to report to me. But
Who pays them?
big calls go from my father.
Yvonne's like behind a wardrobe, yelling out this random question.
I should contact him. See why they would be acting this way.
There's a bit of please go ahead.
I was going to say, be cautious, be coy.
Why?
I just don't know. It seems, who is it playing this? Not to insinuate your father in any way.
I should hope not.
Well,
No,
there is some information she should know about her father, I think, at this point. From the Whisper. The true state, origin of the plane and what's going on behind the scenes. Well, what do you know of the origins of this plane? Perhaps you're already aware.
My father gave it to me as a gift.
Yes, apparently. There's someone that considers you a friend. We'll get into that in a moment, but she shared that she came across information that this plane originally it was an open call. People were paid to come here and inhabit this plane, and that most of them still receive a stipend to stay here, and roughly once a month. This makes it very difficult. It's a generational gap where those that are getting paid don't want their children and younger generations to leave. Don't know all the reasons behind that. It seems that has something to do with them receiving funds, or perhaps some other secret. Do you know a person? No, Hannah was the other person. I'm so sorry. Do you know a person named Siv? I'm saying that right.
Siv?
Yes.
I don't think so.
All right. Those are some of the bits of information we've come across that I can recall.
I don't think that person that told you that knows what they're talking about.
We've actually have we correlated that with anyone? I feel like there was someone else we were talking to that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can see them being paid to come here, maybe.
Or maybe. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, so here's perhaps we can confirm that elsewhere. Get you this verified with other sources. And I have a knack for telling when people are lying and telling the truth, and they were telling the truth at the time, or at least believe themselves to be.
Well, I think I do as well in ways. I don't think that doesn't sound like my father. My father wouldn't pay people to stay here. They can leave if they want to. They just don't want to.
Well, that I can say is incorrect. I'm sure some of them wish to, but we've encountered numerous that have wanted to leave and spent quite a long time attempting to, and being roadblocked along the way.
Doesn't seem right. I mean, we've had...
Ask her about the Crocs.
The Crocs?
Mm.
What about
Well,
them?
he's referencing the crocodiles that interrupted the festival.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah.
Guards didn't help with them.
Yes, because they knew that that the Eden force was going to help. The Warforged. Yeah, the Eden Animal Control, the Warforged and Acmes, the Tiefling. They take care of that. Guards have other things to worry about, I would assume.
Then why were the guards blocking you from seeing what the Warforged were going to do?
I didn't notice that.
Well, we kind of noticed that.
Yes.
Also, what did the Warforged do with the animals?
They brought them back. They brought them back just kind of make sure that they were fine, and then they took them back to the forest. Why? Why the interest in the Crocs? They're fine. They were released.
There's a concern of ours.
Yes.
Before the incident with the crocodiles, there was the day before that, or that day, there was an incident with a bear running amok in the market district. And the two things that were most concerned with us here was Dakos and I chased the bear. We didn't try to kill it at first. We saw it, at least we perceived it as a bear in distress.
Yes.
For some reason, and
we're giving it fish. Come here, bear.
We chased it and led it away from the market and towards the forest. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing about that, besides the bear being distressed, was the guards were not really interacting with any to help us or to hinder us. They were just sort of.
None of them were chasing the bear as well?
No.
Oh, no. In fact, the bear ran clean across two that sat and guarding a bridge, and just watched with turned head as the bear ran by and us after.
Maybe they saw that it was going back towards the forest.
I mean, you don't think that they should tackle it while it's in the city, smashing people's stalls?
I mean, yes, sure. Maybe they thought the townspeople had it in control. I'll be sure to talk to them about it. You're right. They should have helped more.
I think maybe it's best at this point to say we've noticed some things that are disconcerting, and we're just bringing those to your attention. what I guess really what we should really talk about is what your concerns are. What is causing you to be worried? What are your thoughts?
Well, now I'm worried about the guards.
I'm sorry to bring that and add that to your plate of concerns.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
this
Mm,
antlered figure that you've been fearing.
mm.
Uh,
I'm so
I-
sorry.
what?
Go ahead.
Oh, the antlered. Where did you hear about that? The antlered
At the
figure.
dance. At the dance. You expressed you were.
Right.
You're okay.
I'm fine. Okay. Well, it's just something I see sometimes. Just a bad dream of sorts that seems to kind of seep out into my living hours.
There are a great many things in this world that are more real than we want them to be.
Yeah.
Even in demiplanes, I would assume.
Yes. Yes.
Are you afraid?
Of it? Yes. Wouldn't you?
Yes. Lady
Yes.
Amakir, a lot of things have been said about us coming here and being strangers here, but I don't like to see anybody be afraid or be not free.
No.
I just want you to know that you're not alone, okay? We'll help if we can.
Mm.
Oh, well, I mean, if you can find this antlered creature, that would help. But
Is
yes.
is the antlered creature what you dream of? That you feel you're just. So what is it that you see that's coming from your dreams?
It's like a tall, skeletal looking thing that has antlers and it wears a suit.
Is it here now and we just can't see it?
No. No, I feel the most at ease in closed rooms with other people.
I see.
It's usually when I'm alone or in the dark that I see it.
And you dream of it as well?
Yes.
There
Adult
are
nightmares.
well, sometimes. Isn't there plenty of things that live in nightmares that can also be here? And I'm just gonna give like a deadly serious look at that. Like I've seen some shit. But there are many things that seem to be between the gods and the woods and the animals. In fact, now that I think about it, the tiefling gentleman of which you spoke with the constructs, you spoke with, and they were
Akmes.
lying. Akmes, oh, thank you. Akmes he lied to us about bringing the animals out and releasing them. He said, "Oh, my constructs bring them out and release them into the wild." And as I said, I can tell very clearly, acutely, if someone's lying. And you're welcome to test me on that if you wish. You can tell me what you have for breakfast, and I'll tell you if it's a lie. And he lied about it. Just another mystery compounding. He seems upstanding enough. Of course, he helped at the party and everything, but I'm concerned that the gods put pressure to perform some terrible duty or keep some secret.
Don't like secrets.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be. I don't think that my father would want to hurt me or to...
It might not be malicious. Parents do a number of things sometimes and to feel that it's in the best interest for the children. that perhaps don't quite ring true to the children.
It's true. My mom left when I was 16 to go off and study something. She hasn't been back since. But I'm sure she's okay.
I'm sorry.
And quietly process.
I mean,
She
We
went out to
simply
get
don't.
cigarettes and never came back.
yeah. I mean, we simply don't know what's going on that other side with your father. And again, when there's a middle person involved, which I'm thinking now in my mind is the guard, and the captain may not even be the commander may not even be part of this.
Have you seen his ceiling? It's so neat. It is amazing. Oh, you probably have. I'm sorry.
Yes, that was
Just got excited.
You're probably talking about the stars, right? In the throne room. They look out at my father's sky.
Oh, very
In the
interesting.
Feywild.
He's in the okay.
Oh.
That brings a whole nother dynamic into things.
I'm
Well,
just asking you to keep this in mind when you speak if you speak with your father. Don't let information out. Be conservative, yes? It can't hurt to be cautious, and then be alert in case he says something that he shouldn't know, or otherwise can help determine how genuine he's being.
I have a very quick out of character question.
sure.
The name Oren Amakir was mentioned as somebody that was looking for Lady Amakir.
That's the person who
A
hired the
possible
patron.
relative.
Yeah, possible relative.
Okay. I wanted to throw that name out, but because of some history, I wanted to make sure I did it in the
Yeah.
proper way. Lady Amakir, do you
Yes.
have perhaps... I know your father's not here, but do you have other family, say, back on the material plane?
It was my mother's family, I guess.
Are they the Amakirs, or...
Yes.
Oh, so do you have... We heard a story about someone named Oren Amakir?
You heard a story about Arn? I mean,
Oh,
that's not
it's
surprising.
actually a person?
Yes, it's my cousin who told you
Do
about
you-
Arn.
Do you still talk to them somehow? Sometimes?
Not now. I
You
haven't.
just want to punch them.
I haven't. I haven't talked to Arn since before Well, it's been over 10 years since I came here.
No.
Do you know him? Have you talked to him?
I haven't in particular, but
Last time I saw him,
it's
he
a little
was-
confusing. I'm not really sure, but if you have any way of talking to him, it might be a good idea.
I don't have any way of talking to anyone but my father. Other than the people
Giovanni will
here.
take out his book and write a question in it. Just, is there a way... I'm just going to put it out really, really bluntly because Giovanni's got a one-track mind as me. Is there any way that the ruler of this realm could talk to Oren Amakir? That could get us into trouble, but we were told by...
Who were
blah,
you
blah, blah,
asking?
so- Oh, I'm putting it in the book to ask.
Oh, you're putting in the book. Okay.
What's her name?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Just right in the middle of a conversation, whips out a book and writes something down.
Just, you see, I'm the ruler of this plane, obviously, and I worry about asking too many questions. That they'll think that I'm not. Things have gotten a bit complicated, so.
How so?
Just things. I guess my father knows something because, I had a visitor. Lord Morwarren visited me, and I don't know why I'm saying this. I just
We saw him, I
Oh.
think.
Yes.
yes.
Rather, yeah.
Dark elf.
Finally attired.
We were here to see you yesterday. You said you were busy, but I think they were just trying to keep us apart. But
Do
please stop by.
you know him from before yesterday?
I've met him before. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was a friend of ours. Okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
No, my father sent him to talk to me.
I hope everything's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I just think that my father got word of Quinn and myself.
What about Quinn?
Well, that we're
What?
not.
Oh, you didn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I'm.
Yes.
So you think, to summarize, that I can't trust my guards? Is that what
Not
you're
as a
saying?
whole. I think something's going on with certain guards, with groups of guards.
I think they have a secret. I don't think they mean you ill will, but I think they have a secret, and I don't know that they're necessarily being good to the people of the city.
Yes. It feels like they may find their secret more important than the people, and more important than you.
And that
Should.
I'm sure you know this, because I've heard lots of people say that you're a good ruler, but a ruler should very much value how the people in the city feel, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And asking questions.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Dakos,
Yes.
we have a question for Lady Emick here, but maybe this isn't the time to ask it.
Is that about what we're looking for?
Points at the book, yeah.
Well, I don't know when we'll have this occasion again. If you don't wish to answer, milady, of course, please don't. There's no pressure here.
Yes.
Of course, we came here to learn about the land and experience it, as well as find some items. Seeing these concerns, of course, we want to take an active role in bringing stability and peace to the people. But part of our original task was to find rather a relic. I imagine it would be. It's an old book of Dragonborn origin. Dragonborn origins. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A list of names of those who've been cast out of the clan. I'm terribly sorry, Jackson. I was
Basically,
very
that's
captivated.
yes. Members
Yes,
of the clan who have violated their oath to the clan and have been.
Do you know what this is, my lady?
No, I don't know what. I've never heard of such a book.
She lying?
I'll message you.
Okay.
I'd like to point out, like, we've come here to try and find this book, but and Yevani kind of looks around at everybody else and says this kind of 3/4 statement, 1/4 question. We're not thieves. Like, we didn't come here to steal something. We just wanted to find it and see if we could negotiate bringing it back with us, because we know somebody who wants it, but not like steal it or take it by force. We're just
You don't seem like the stealing
for...
kind. I didn't think that. I just don't know what you're talking about. I never.
Oh.
Okay.
Again, lady, you do not need to tell us. But I do need to remind you that I can tell when someone's lying.
I'm sorry, this isn't Lyra laughing. This is me. Let me.
It's true. It's true. Watch this. Dakos, I am very tall.
Lie. But in your spirit, You're a giant.
Say the nicest things.
I'll say this.
Just
I
pictures.
can't answer the question.
Understood. I shall not press. Could you point us in the direction of someone who could, though?
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I should probably go.
I'm
kinda
sorry we
stand
brought
up.
it up. I'm sorry. Lady Amicure,
No, I know
are
that
you,
you don't.
you're gonna be safe? You're okay?
I don't know.
Please
Could
be
you do
careful.
something for me?
Certainly. If it's within our
Yes.
power.
I won't steal anything though.
The woods. The guards won't allow me or Satara to go back there. Could you find out what's happening? Or, I mean, either that or this skeleton. I don't want to ask too much of you. I need to have these things answered.
Yes.
Truth is important.
Mhm.
Yes. Those things are on our radar, so radar are on our minds. So pause. Yeah.
What is this radar you speak of?
She will.
He's that guy from MASH.
Who do you think would be the closest person to her right now? Dakos?
Maybe because I'm laying down like this.
She
I'm
stood
taking
up.
the floor.
Let me just do something here. Let me just
0% it's Yamani.
0. Okay, all right.
Yamani's probably climbed on a like a wardrobe by this point or something.
What are you saying, Drexlin?
Nice.
Probably would be close because
Okay, well then I'll
just
say
being
that
in a
she'll.
protective, you know.
Okay, she'll kind of grab on to your arm, Drexlin, and you'll feel this kind of grip.
my.
If you, and she'll kind of look at everyone though, but it's just a desperate attempt. If you can get some of these things answered, and that will show me that I can trust you. Oh, tell you what I know about the book.
We'll do everything in our power to help you find answers to your questions.
It has to stay safe, so it has to stay secret for right now.
Understood. You have your reasons.
Is there a better way we can get in touch with you when we find out? We, of course, had a party, but when we asked, they said, "Oh no, she's so busy."
I don't.
We'll think of something. It's okay.
I don't. I don't have anything for you right now. I don't have any sending stones or anything, but if I'll once I can get back and maybe procure a sending stone or something for you, I can have Satara bring it to you. She'll raise less suspicion than I will.
Certainly.
We stand out plenty. Some of us, and look around at everyone like it's totally not me.
So I've heard. Do be careful. The guards, I do know that they are watching you.
Fully aware.
Do we have your permission to reach out? And he points to his head. Through the mind? Let you know if we've discovered anything?
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah. Satara does it all the time, so. Just be careful of the shadows as well, okay?
The shadows?
Yes. Like the creatures.
Yes.
Oh,
the shadows.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackson, perhaps the Queen could use some of that, you use that restorative magic, just a fresh cleanse of worry and such.
Could do that.
You mean the whiskey?
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. That too. That'll cleanse you. Yes. I don't even know if you have any of like restoration stuff.
Yeah, I have lesser
just,
restoration. If it would be of any help, I would certainly do it, and I will cast lesser restoration.
Oh, thank you. That is help. Thank you so much. Yes. So I'm just reviewing a couple things to make sure I'm not missing anything. I can have Satara. I think Satara said that she knows a way. The guards guard the forest pretty well, the outline of the forest. So
That'd
Satara,
be the only good thing they guard.
Yeah, I'm glad they're
Satara
doing something.
Satara can get you too. She said that there's a small place that she's found that she's let some of the smaller creatures go through the fence that outlines the forest.
Good.
So
You
she
weren't
can
sure
get
where
you
to
there.
start.
Okay.
Go on.
I'll go
That
in.
would be best.
She takes a step towards the door, and Satara kind of steps in, really like barges in. Hey, the guard saw me. We have to go now. And that's where we'll take our bio break. So for those watching, we'll take a 10-minute bio break. So stay tuned, and we will be back in just a bit. All right. See you soon.
I'm so hungry.
Get some food, yo.
Covered through beer, but I'm gonna scrounge something up because I can't do it. Oh my goodness! All right, it's here. No, I'm not going.
So much couched conversations, like
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I cleaned that vat thing today, Steph.
Oh yeah.
And the resin vat. I've got your second printing.
Ooh.
And then I just have to do, the reprints from the first.
Mm-hmm.
And any that it's just the 3 larger things now. So if any of that doesn't work, I'll add that to the reprint.
Okay.
Oh, we got that. So, all right, need some cereal.
Yay.
Some cereal.
I think it's raining. Oh. Did you see that I'm available for Dinkum tomorrow evening, Dan? If you're up
I
for
think
it.
so.
Imagine that.
Well, I usually have movie night with like Michelle Mason on Thursday evening, so usually I'm not available for gaming. But so Frank,
Yes.
nap tomorrow.
Okay. I'll try. I'll
Mm-hmm.
try. I got. I certainly couldn't do it tonight. I gotta
guess
get up early in
it
the
wouldn't
morning.
be. It wouldn't be too. It wouldn't be too late. I might try to go to. Well, I mean, like we get started. I mean, I might try to go to the store earlier tomorrow, so that way, because otherwise I wouldn't be available until like 10 your time. So I might try to hit the store a bit earlier.
Okay.
There's some dinkum.
Nice.
All right. Let me tell. I'll try to be, let's see, before it was like 9:30. Yeah. Oh, they're probably up. They're probably okay. Yeah. Oh, they are on the porch. There is a little bit of lightning outside. Sorry, I'm texting Michelle.
Nice. Sound like you were going through like security cameras in the house. Like, oh, they are on the porch.
So I gotta ask Steph, was that you having a stress headache or Lady Amicure having a stress headache?
Good question.
Oh, well, that was Lady Amicure at that moment. I've been having stress headaches the past couple of days though, and it's not been fun. I
Oh,
don't know.
man.
Mhm.
And then like, well, I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I understand there are people in this room that's not going to like, not gonna care, but like, and then I took a shower today, and like there was so much hair that came out, and then like I
Oh.
got out and I started like pulling hair out, and I was like, and then that on top of like 2 days ago, I took a clip on my hair and like 3 whole hairs came out with it, and I was like, so today I
It'll do
started.
it to you.
I had a small panic attack of me being like, "Am I dying? Like what? Where's my?" I have never had this much hair come out in one day.
Mm.
Okay, give me a couple of seconds. Just.
I can say though, for that kind of stress, not headache in the back of your neck, nice hot shower right on the back of your neck will help pull a little bit of that off.
That sounds so nice.
Oh, so will a nice soak in a hot tub, but
Mm.
who has one of them?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Actually, we do, but I don't go in it.
That's madness. That sounds so
I have a
wonderful and
I
stress
have a
relieving.
I have a thing. I don't. If it was just for me, I'd probably be, like yes, but like other people like that I'm
Communal baths are not
I'm
your
just
thing.
like like I don't even like taking baths. Like I don't do baths even, like just regular baths.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like. It's just
Okay, all right, no problem.
Sitting in slightly dirty water like does it. Like I'm just like I can't get around it. Okay. All right. Let me add a couple more minutes here. Let me just try and see. Okay. If this happens.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Where are the 2 that I had chosen out for this? Did I save those? Probably not. Of course I didn't. There's a Mothman NPC. Okay. Oh, that might be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Might be
you have to
like
throw that hot tub
moldy?
out after.
Like,
Yeah. That might kill them. I don't know what would happen to a Mothman if you went into a
yeah,
hot
I feel
tub.
like they would just like melt. All right, so we'll do that. Well, I mean, he's a moth, Dan.
Yeah.
Like, he might be a man, but he's also a moth. You know, like he's part man, part moth. So like,
Half moth, all man.
yeah. Warren gets it.
What is movie taglines I didn't know I needed?
Warren gets it. Mothman's everywhere. You just gotta open your eyes. Open your eyes, everyone. Alright. Oh, I've just been playing the Patreon Be Right Back movie, not our Be Right Back image. Whoops, there we go.
They
no.
do JM Reedy. So
Oh.
bad.
What? Open your eyes, Jay Breedy. Open your eyes.
Give me 2 secs. I'm gonna go grab another coffee.
Okay, you'll need it.
Yep.
All right, so Perhaps you'll have to make it out. Can you hide? Are they going to... Oh. Let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, of course. Okay, yeah, she might know something. Okay. Not that. Are they here? Are they here? No, is that them over there? I don't know. I've messed it up. I've messed it all up. Oh, where's O at? I don't know. Oh, there. Oh, well, that's other things now. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. You're up here. Y'all need to get over here. So, probably take you over here. Or maybe take you around?
Yep. Stay off the expressways.
Still have to cross, but there are bridges, so they can go across.
Gotta do what the...
Not across those, there aren't.
There's a baseball player for the Atlanta Braves. I think I've told this story before, but he knew to get to the stadium to play, he had to take one of the ring roads, but he missed his exit.
Oh, dear.
So he decided to go all the way around.
Oh.
Oh, no.
And then he missed his exit again.
Oh, jeez.
And he went around again, and he finally stopped at a gas station to get gas, because I guess he'd done the ring road so much he ran out of gas. And the attendant at the gas station was like, "Are you the one they're talking about on the radio that hasn't showed up at the baseball game yet?"
At that point, they send a chopper for him. And that's bad, because usually they're there like 3-4 hours before game time.
I think it was a doubleheader, and he made the second game. That's
Okay.
basically what happened.
So was that your D&D game on Wednesdays back, Warren?
Yep. It seems to be. It's not every week, but yeah.
Okay. I was like, you poor thing. So sorry.
No, it is what it is. I signed up for this.
Wednesday's D&D day. Okay.
So,
Well, I'm ready whenever you are, Dan. AKA, get your ass in the seat. Get over here. Pull up your pants and get back.
Dan, you're in all the hot water now.
Dan doesn't fear my hot water.
It was indeed.
Get out! Get out! You're kicked from this campaign, sir. You'll have to find another 4 people to date on Wednesday nights.
Oh, is that what I signed up for?
This is what this is, Ed!
Oh, gotcha.
okay. The whole point of this D&D channel. It's the whole point of Mad Bird.
Is that what D&D stands for? Dan and something else that begins with a D?
That's it! That's it!
Dan and Dinkum.
Oh, sheesh. Okay. Dan, where? Dan.
Okay.
No! You have to roll.
What do I need to roll?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to roll soon. You might have to
Goober.
roll.
That's rigid thinking, Steph. Get us fired up.
All right, we're going in 3, 2, 1. We're back. Oh no, we're not back. Dang nabbit. Okay.
Check that. Let's do it again. There you go. Hey.
I would
Wave
blame
three.
it on this stupid update for Streamhouse, but it's been going on far before that. So, but for now, we'll blame it on the Streamlabs update. If the Streamlabs didn't update, I wouldn't be having this problem of clicking on the wrong things.
With the
Streamlabs.
countdown? Yeah.
Streamlabs. Why Stephanie can't count down from 3?
All right, friends. Welcome back.
I believe in you, Steph. One day.
Sorry
you'll
we
get
were a
it.
little bit late, but here we are. Okay. All right. So I have so many like. Oh no! Don't inhale it. It's not oxygen. I mean, it kind of is, but
That's news to me. What have I been inhaling?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
all right. Okay. So we
Yes.
come back to
Yes.
Lyra's stepping towards the door to open it up for you, and Satara barges in. So we have to go now. I think the guards saw me. Am I? Yes. You are taking them. If you could take them to the. Just hurry. I think that there's a back way out this way. I can try to talk to the guards.
I know this routine.
So Satara will come follow me. And so she'll take you out start taking you out, through the theater a different way. As you're leaving, make perception checks for me.
Okay. Ugh.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, because I didn't plug you in. Hey, did you know that if you don't plug a laptop in, it runs out of battery? Huh.
Yepper, eventually, yeah.
All right.
You gotta get it on the
Invented
step
infinite.
battery countdown.
Perception check for love.
Sorry, my D&D Beyond closed during the break.
Oh.
One moment.
No.
Perception check for Giovanni.
21.
Perception check for Drexlin. I was
5.
gonna say Dextos. Did you say 5?
Sugar.
5.
5. Okay.
Oh no.
Perception check for love.
7.
Okay, and that's it. All right, we'll move on. Perception check for Dacos.
Nice. You said I'd have to roll somewhere. 25.
25. All right. So, Giovanni, you rolled a high number, right?
21.
Yeah. So Giovanni and Dacos, as you're following Satara, you also hear a guard guards come in the other way that you would assume that the way that you came in, and address Lady Lyra. Lady Lyra, what are you doing here? And you can hear her kind of give a remark back. Will one of them see you? No. Yeah. So Satara is still leading you out. You don't see any of the guards that, start to come after you. You seem to be kind of in the shadows. Everyone make dexterity saving throws as you're maneuvering around like pieces of like crates and trying to head towards this other exit.
Is
All
there
right.
anybody here who's particularly bad at dexterity saving throws? I have to do this before somebody rolls, so
Oh.
I'm just gonna ask now.
Mine should be good.
Plus, I have anybody within 10 feet of me gets a +3 now on saves.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I'll
I
hold
would-
off on what I was going to do.
I
then.
would
Okay.
say you all can be within about 10 feet. I mean, there are a few narrow
nice.
halls, but I'll allow
Plus
it.
3, Frank?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Plus 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Dexterity saving throw for Lev.
21.
And for Yvonne.
Nice.
14.
Okay. And for Dakos.
19.
And for Drexlin.
18.
Oh. Okay, so y'all are all able to successfully kind of jump over a crate, kind of maneuver yourself around like a sharp corner into like a hallway. Satara leading the operation, ahead of you. There is one time where she does trip over something, and kind of stumbles a bit. So she'll actually end up being kind of in the middle of the group and be like, "Go, go, go!" And she'll point out a door that's at the end of the hallway. There are a couple of doors there. One is, it'd be closed. It's supposed to be like the one at the very end. So y'all can go out that way. Okay. You emerge from that door, and there are 2 guards about 20 feet from you that will immediately turn, seemingly already kind of like looking for something. Probably you. Turn and be like, "Huh, there they are!" And will start chasing after you. Satara will kind of like go pretty quick, like dash forward to get in front again. "Just follow me. I can lead you to an alley." And we'll take you down a couple of roads here. Let's see where you have to go. She's going to actually take you towards the estate. So that way you won't have to go down. It doesn't look like you'll have to go through any canals for a bit. Problem is you're going to have quite a few. Let me see here. Why don't everyone make another let's see, there's not really that many obstacles here, so make a constitution saving throw for me as you're kind of like running pace and trying to keep up with Satara. Okay. Alva, what was your constitution saving throw?
Plus 3.
Oddly enough, 24.
Oh. And Yvonne?
10, but he has to run like twice as far as everybody else.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't
Dakos?
14.
14. And Drexlin?
26.
Great. All right. So, Satara seems to be able to, she's keeping up in front of you. I would say, what is your passive perception, Love?
Hey, that's a great question. Let's see here. PT. 13.
And what is your passive perception, Dakos?
Perception 16. I got my cloak on too for
Okay.
visibility, seeing every direction, all that stuff.
And Drexlin, your passive perception.
11.
Okay. So I would say Lev and Dakos, you would notice Yvonne kind of slowing down and starting to get behind the group. The guards behind you, one of them has kind of slowed down a bit, and the other one is keeping pace and actually gaining momentum. Whereas they were about 20 feet from you, now this one guard is about 15 feet from you.
Prudence.
Well, I noticed that.
Help Yvonne. Sorry.
Yeah, Yvonne is falling behind.
No, I don't think that you rolled high enough. Right, you rolled like an 11.
With the 11,
right?
Right, the 11. Yeah, okay.
So the broom will come out. You'll see the broom come out of Dakos' bag and just start and kind of go back and kind of loop around you, Yvonne, and will kind of go between your legs to kind of hoist you up to get you going. Oh, you're muted.
Hello. Oh,
Yep.
oh, thank you.
Prudence will probably pull up on your side, and let you know, if you want on, get on. Just
Okay.
to
Yep.
adjust.
Consent will be given.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
All right, and you can get on Prudence, and that's like, what is the speed on Prudence on the flying
I'm
broom
pretty sure
again?
it's 40 feet, but I
Okay.
can tell you right here, it's 50 feet. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so y'all are able to make it past the estate. So Tara's still leading. She would get to the edge of the estate there, though, and let's see, would she try to there had to be a bridge, it wouldn't just be that, so she can take you across the bridge there. Everyone make one more Constitution saving throw as you start getting into one of the shopping living sectors of the city. That's up to the northeast, and start going through some alleys. And this will be right before Satira will kind of take you into an alleyway to try and escape them. Constitution saving throw for Lev, please.
Yeah, that's I used up all my luck, I guess, so that was an 8 this time.
Oh no.
Does that include the 3?
No, so 11.
And Giovanni doesn't have to make one because you're on the broom. Dacos. What's yours?
25, thanks to the +3.
Nice. And Drexlin.
17.
Okay. So, Dacos, and I'm going to say Drexlin as well, since you're probably kind of staying more aware because of Giovanni. You would notice that Lev is falling a little bit behind as well. And losing a bit of momentum. Jesus. Okay. So the other guard is still about 15 feet behind you. The second one, though, has caught up speed and is about 15 feet behind you as well. So they both are about 15 feet away from you, running after you. So Tara will take you into this little like shopping living district and will look for, you can kind of see her kind of darting back and forth. Sorry, go ahead, Dacos.
Just in reaction to what we see,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say again, Prudence! and ask Prudence to scoot up to next to Lev.
Okay.
Prudence can carry 2 people. The speed drops to 30, which is what we're all running at.
Okay.
So it would if Lev wants to.
Okay.
Hop on. There's room for 2.
And I guess I should ask, like, while you're running running away from these guards, is there anything that y'all want to do besides just escaping?
Let me look at my bag of tricks here, I guess.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now, do we have any? If we go through a narrow space, I'm gonna drop about 250 ball bearings behind me on the ground.
Okay.
In hopes of making them slip.
Okay. Yeah, that's coming up. Anyone else?
Lev is jumping
Okay.
on the broom.
Okay. Wee.
Nope. Good.
What?
I'm good. Drexlin's
Okay.
good.
Okay. So Tara will take you down an alleyway there in this district. And so that will give you a perfect opportunity, Dacos, to drop the ball bearings.
Okay. Rolling on, ting, filling up the space there.
Okay. Excellent. And so the broom, Prudence will maneuver through the space with Lev and Giovanni.
I'll wait, make sure Drexlin's by. So I think Drexlin's way ahead of me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Been doing well.
And I would say that you'd probably, I was assuming you would drop back towards the back of the group, Dacos, to like put the ball bearings down.
Definitely.
So y'all get to, so Tara will take you down a couple different alleyways. Let's see what the guards, if they're able to. Okay. You see the 2 guards are not. Let me see what about the ball bearings though. I didn't. Okay. So they do get slowed down by the ball bearings. You'll see them kind of, Dacos, you'll get the satisfaction of seeing them kind of slip on those. And whoa. And like, try and catch themselves against the sides of the of the walls there. But they do recover. They do try to still continue. You'll hear Satira kind of curse under her breath as she's trying to like get to like an alleyway where y'all can lose them. Okay. So one, you get on a third alleyway. You don't see one of the guards, but the second guard kind of shows up at the end of behind you, and will just kind of stop and just like halt right there. And Satara will kind of pause for a moment. Okay. If she sees y'all are still running, she will continue running as well. I'd say by this
is me. I don't want to take anything away from anyone else.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I think we keep running, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everyone make another, well, except for the two on the broom. So Drexlet and Dakos, if you can make a Constitution saving throw for me one more time. I wasn't expecting y'all to run this far, but...
I'm going to yell, too, to Giovanni and Lev, like, head up to the rooftops if you wish. Out of sight. You don't have to stay above the ground.
Oh, are you telling... do you think Prudence will follow that order?
I'm saying it's a Prudence can hear, but I'm talking to Lev and Giovanni, so one of them can decide if they want to do that. Prudence is very courteous.
Does either of you say anything to Prudence, or do you just stay at ground level? Okay.
I think I prefer to stay close to Drexel just because of the protection we're getting. So.
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, all right. So I'll stay at ground level, and continue running. You'll probably get to another bridge by now to go to one of the outer, that kind of outer district circle here before you get to the farmlands. So Tara will kind of yell back. It's just right up ahead, just a few more. Actually, you know what? She'd probably take the mental exhaustion of like just speaking to each of you individually. So you'll feel like a quick like connection almost like in your brain, like a little like zap of energy, and like just a little bit farther, just like a few more streets. We'll try and shake them. She's like, but we're gonna have to shake them before we get to where I get over to the forest. Otherwise they'll follow us there and it's over. So she'll tell that to each of you. Probably by the time it gets like the last person in the line, it's a little bit like like out of breath. Yeah, okay. So did I do the Constitution? Did I get the Constitution rolls for Drexlin and Dakos? If you could give me those, please.
Yeah.
Dakos?
Oh, go ahead, Dakos.
Okay. Dirty 20 with +3.
Okay. And Drexlin? What were you going to ask?
If it makes a difference, I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 10.
Okay. All right. So let's see. He's a little bit closer now. So is there anything else anyone wants to do while you're still running? Okay. Just want to make sure.
No.
Okay. So, Dakos, especially with your rope, you would notice Drexlin kind of starting to get a little winded and start to slow down a bit. Fortunately, you would also notice that the guard isn't there. Like they've seemed to have lost your tail.
Nice.
So the group of you are now in. You ran across the bridge. I guess you would have gotten these guys. I just rolled 3 of the same number in a row. I don't know the odds of that, but I feel like.
Jeez.
Okay.
You have to ask Lev. You have to ask Lev.
Nice.
So I would say
1 in 8,000, I think.
That's amazing. Wow.
So I would say that the 2 on the broom, so Lev, Giovanni, and Dakos, you would notice that as you cross the bridge here, there is a large tower on one side of the canal. No, actually, wait a minute. Is that there? Is that it right there? Oh, yeah. No. Okay, so yeah, you would notice that there is a large tower on the corner of the canal there. Like going off the main thoroughfare, but it's pretty tall. You've seen these in the city, you see these in the city and other places as well. And you would notice, as I said, the two on the broom and Dacos would notice like a guard kind of run towards that tower. That was on the other side of the bridge that you crossed.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it looks clear for now. And Satara will take you down an alleyway and just like try to catch. I just need a minute. Catch my breath here. Is everyone okay? Everyone good?
We're doing all right.
Right.
Okay.
It was plain constitutional.
Okay. Well, let me, I guess we'll got a couple more streets, I think, to go before we get to, we'll have to kind of, there's a little space, on the outer canal that I can go over, and I can take you over to where the fence is that I usually, it's usually not guarded by anyone. So it's a safe space.
Right.
So, usually.
Are you going to be safe? Do they see your face? If they followed you and they were calling, would you be all right now?
The ones at the theater saw my face. The ones here, I don't think so. Unless I don't know. But no worries about that. It's fine. They're not going to. I don't think that they would hurt me. They would just take me back to the palace, I think. I don't think I'd be
safe.
absconded. But okay. Just follow me. And we'll try to stay as sneaky as possible. And she'll take you through a couple more streets here. If anyone who's trying to be stealthy, if you want to make a stealth roll for me. Now, your cloak again, Dacos, it does something for when you're trying to be stealthy, right? Or no?
Yeah, it gives me advantage.
Okay. Okay. And everyone else, if you're wanting to be stealthy, just make a stealth check. The ones on the broom, are they staying on the broom, Dacos? Did you get the broom back, or?
That's up to them if they want to stay on it. Otherwise, I'll ask Prudence to come back.
Yeah, hop off.
Yeah, hop off.
Okay, so Prudence will...
No, I don't get anything for stealth. No.
Okay. So
not from that.
Prudence will do a little swirl and come back to you. Dacos, little bristles on your neck.
Fine, John. Thank you so much, Prudence. I appreciate it, though.
All
you
right.
saved the day.
A stealth check from Lev, if you're trying to be stealthy.
10.
Stealth check from Yavani, if you're trying to be stealthy.
20.
Okay. And Drexlin?
18.
And Dacos.
26.
Okay.
That is one of the things I do really well.
So, what was your roll again, Lev?
10.
10. Okay. All right.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's a check. It's a check.
Yeah, it's a check.
Oh.
Womp womp. All right. So, the group of you start down a couple more alleys, a couple more streets, following Satara. Most of you feel like you're being rather as stealthy as you can. You hear a little bit of clatter behind you and see Lev kind of accidentally step on like a board or something that kind of makes a little bit of scuffing noise. A rake, yes. That makes a little bit of a scuffing noise. But otherwise, you seem to be able to get through here. You do notice one guard, like when Lev makes that noise, you hear someone be like, check over there. But but you do make it to the place where Satira was taking you. That was kind of, it's like a back, like the outer ring of the canal. You'll see some of the forest kind of starting in, so some of these trees kind of coming over this large fence that's about 30 feet tall. 30 feet tall. With these kind of stone pillars every so many feet. And she will start to take you across this canal via this kind of broken down, kind of like, it almost looks like it used to be a bridge, but it's since like fell apart. So it's a little unsturdy in places. So I'm going to have everyone make a dexterity saving throw as you're walking across this.
Can we have the broom ferry us over?
I mean,
Absolutely.
Dacos
I was
is
just
there.
gonna say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wait, that looks in disrepair. Prudence, can I implore you once more, please, to assist?
You'll kind of like feel a couple of knocks on the back of your neck from the top of the broom, but Prudence will come out and start to kind of go there beside Yvonne and Lev if they want to.
Nice.
So Lev, you're getting on the broom? Okay. Yvonne, are you getting on the broom?
No, I'll take my chances.
Okay. All right. So, Lev, you can safely ride the broom over to the other side. Satara's pretty impressed by it. He's like, oh, wow. Yvonne, what was your dexterity saving throw?
13 without Drexlin's, or I don't know that we're that close when we cross.
You'd probably be within 10 feet when you cross, I would say.
Okay, so 16 then.
Okay. Drexlin, what was yours?
Drexlin's gonna. Does it look really bad?
It looks pretty
Broom,
rough,
broom.
yes. It's in just, yeah.
He'll take like a tentative step and like, screw this. He'll use his gem flight ability.
Oh. What does that look like?
You use a bonus action to manifest spectral wings for 1 minute.
Oh.
For the duration, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed and can hover.
Okay.
Once you use this trait, you can't do again for a long rest. So, spectral wings and fly over the bridge. And you know what? I'll keep an eye on both Yvonne and Dacos because I can hover. So, if any of them have trouble.
Because as Drexlin does that, you'll hear Satara like, oh, wow. Wonder if... And she'll kind of like look at you, like glance at you really quick, remembering that you're there, and be like, oh.
Wonder if what? Satara?
And she'll be like, get across. You can go ahead. I'll watch your back.
Oh, fucking Satara.
And they're also the lead singer for Chicago.
Been thinking that the whole time, yep.
Awesome. I'll wait, for Prudence to come back.
Okay.
And then ride Prudence over.
All right. Satara will make her way over.
Offer Satara a ride on it too, if she wants.
Okay. By the time you look back to offer her a ride, she's already like started over and is doing so pretty expertly. It seems like a pretty practiced thing for her. So, yeah, everyone's back over on the other side. Everyone make perception checks for me, please, as you're standing here and she takes you over to the fence area. So I'll use it for this whole area. Lev, what's your perception roll, please?
Let's see. That's a check, so there's no additional bonus. 14.
Okay. And Yvonne.
13.
Okay. And Dacos?
25.
25. And Drexlin?
10.
10. Okay. So I would say that so Drexlin, you will notice, of course, this like 30-foot fence going up around the place with these stone pillars every few feet. And Lev, Yvonne, and Dacos, you would not only notice that, but also notice on the stone pillars there are these kind of like stone, like almost like a circle design on each of them, about almost at the very top of the 30 feet of the fence. You would also notice that because you just crossed a canal, so on the other side of the canal, you can see through some like extra foliage there. Like this place is very overgrown. This area is, so it's not a clear view of the city. But you can see through some foliage. You can see some guards kind of like, over on the other side of the canal that you came from. You can see a couple of guards kind of like looking around and moving on down the street. So it looks like that they're on high alert. So Tara will kind of lean into everyone. There's guards about 40 feet from here, I think, on either like around this fence. So if we just keep it down and just try not to make a lot of noise, we should be fine. We're pretty hidden unless there's really no reason for them to come back here. Unless we give them reason. So.
Right. But also, Satara, you were saying something about Drexlin. You saw the beautiful wings, by the way, Drexlin.
Oh,
and you said, I wonder if he's
Well, no,
I
used to know. I used to know a Dragonborn. So.
Then that's what you meant?
Yeah, I was just wondering if they could do that as well. No.
About that's what she meant when she said that specifically?
No, she's not lying.
That's okay. So she said that thinking, I know a Dragonborn. Maybe this is that same Dragonborn.
No. What she's saying. What she's saying is that I knew a Dragonborn once, and I'm wondering if they, which is what I said, if they could do the same thing. Like if the Dragonborn that she knows, if they can do the wing thing.
Yeah, that Dragonborn went down a couple notches because he probably never took her on a flight.
Nice. Wonderful. Put these away.
Do all Dragonborn do that?
I'm a gem Dragonborn. It's a thing that happens with gem dragons.
Oh. I don't know what kind
Some
of
are based
Dragonborn
on
this person was.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got you here. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get through the fence. I usually just let small animals through the fence, but I haven't found a way to get through the fence yet. But I got you to a place where there's no guards at the fence. You just have to get through the fence. Yeah.
Okay.
We can figure it out, right? We can. There's a way.
We can screw this up, no problem.
I mean, I'm just usually the only person here, so it's just difficult. I just can't think of a way through the fence.
No problem.
You took us as far as you could go.
Usually I'm on a time schedule, and I have to get back to the palette. I have to get back to Lady Lyra, and anyways, you get the whole gist. Do you need me to stay?
You'll get to safety, I think.
Okay.
Yes? No?
Please take care of her.
Oh, I try to. She's like a sister to me, I guess, sometimes. But not my sister, but like a sister. Okay, I'm gonna go. And she's going to kind of take a piece of this like long black cloth that's kind of wrapped around her and kind of put it over her head again, and you'll see her go invisible. You'll hear, okay, bye. And see a little bit of stone kind of slip off as they cross. You would assume crossing where that you just came from.
So what is the fence made of?
It looks like metal. And then there's the stone pillars every like 15 feet, 20 feet. Yeah, probably about 15 feet.
How tall is the
Fence
the
goes
woods
up.
in here?
Oh, the woods go up far above the fence.
Okay.
The woods, the tree line, probably about 60 or 70. And this fence goes up about 30.
Assume if we try and fly over, the guards will see us. So let's be a little bit thoughtful here.
Yeah, is there a canopy that would cover that, or is it open stuff?
Like a canopy that covers the woods, or do you mean the trees
Yeah,
are
yeah,
the
yeah.
canopy? The trees
Yeah,
are
like-
pretty. They're thick foliage.
But can
Like-
we fly up
Up-
under the cover of the trees, or would we like come into view to the guards if we tried to fly over on Prudence?
Like ET in front of the moon, like that.
You would probably not. So in the direction that you came from, there is some foliage kind of keeping you from seeing like the full city and keeping you hid back here, but that doesn't go up too far. Like it's more like large bushes that maybe go up about 20 feet or 50, well, probably about 15 to 18 feet, rather than as tall as the trees go. So that's the information. If you want to make a survival check or a perception check,
Make a perception.
you
check.
can maybe be able to tell.
All right.
I'll guidance you on that.
Thank you. I've got a 22 and guidance is
D4.
4.
Okay.
That's a 4. Okay, so 26.
Okay. Because looking up at the tree lines, it would look like that if you were to go up 30 feet on the broom, that you would have a possibility of being seen from the city.
And I mean, how about the guards here that are off 40 feet on either side or whatever? Do they see in that space?
There's a little bit of dense foliage that you can't see them directly.
Okay.
But that foliage doesn't go as high as the fence. So if you were to go 30 feet, you probably would be above the foliage that's blocking you from the other guards.
Okay. Yes, I don't think we could make it above the trees from here, because even if we went straight up, there's a gap above the shrubs before the canopy of trees, I guess. It looks like there's a vacant space in between the treetops and the shrubs where we could be seen. So you're very much on point, Giovanni. We'll have to find other means.
Oh.
So is the go ahead.
No, that's fine. Keep going.
Is it metal bars, or is it like a prison door bars, or is it trying to figure out what, if
In my
Yes.
mind, and this doesn't make sense like canonically, but in my mind, when I think about it, I imagine like almost like a fence in a yard, like crossed
link.
metal. Yeah.
chain link? Okay. Well, the chain link is actually a good
So
thing.
not necessarily that thick
Yes,
of metal, but enough to keep things, in
Right.
and out. Yeah.
Gotcha. So it would probably, if I'm going to take a close look at it to see exactly how much more space we need in this opening to get the larger ones of us through there.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Jaxlin?
So there's an existing hole in this fence, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and I'm assuming.
Well, I mean,
I don't-
there's holes in the fence material. Yes.
Oh, I thought there was
There's
like an
not-
existing.
No.
Gap.
Should you let the animals through?
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking like she'd like them through the fence itself, but the holes aren't really that big. It'd only be like insects. So yeah, we'll say.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. We'll say that there is an existing hole that's about a foot. That's not. It doesn't look like that. It's kind of bent backwards a bit, so it's not like she didn't cut like a perfect circle. she just kind of like cut a slit and kind of bent it back and tried to bend it back into place.
Okay. So yeah, I'll grab both halves
Okay.
and give it a really, but trying to be quiet about it, not to make a racket.
You're not doing that?
Yeah. No, I am not doing that.
Okay. Make
Dragon
a
Ball Z power up.
make an athletics check, please.
Okay. 22.
22. Yeah, you're able to you grab those two pieces of metal, Drexlin, and are able to pull them apart pretty far. Okay. You're able to with this pull, you're able to probably snap a couple of the other pieces of metal in the fence. So you're able to take that foot gap and make it about 2 feet.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
I've watched a play about this before. We have to urinate on a rag first, and then use that to. No, that rose is lost on everyone.
Urinate on a rag. It sounds not helpful.
Volunteer work only.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see who can get through.
You said it's 2 feet in diameter at this point.
Yeah.
Yavani's 2'10". Yavani just like kind of ducks under and goes
Okay.
through and
Yeah.
shrugs.
Oh, that's
Probably
hilarious.
does that while I'm trying to pry it loose. It's like, oh, what are you doing?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe will probably be like, I don't know if I can fit through this. Here, let me see if I can make bigger. And he'll kind of take it and try to like pull at it as well. Okay, I would assume. And I would say that he'd probably be able to get it about up to like 3.5 feet of a rip in the fence. There we go. Still tight fit, but I can get through. And so you'll see him kind of like shove his like large frame through this little like, oh, got to cut. To get to the other side. Dakos?
I'm just gonna squat down and go through.
Okay. And Love?
Little crawl.
Yep. Well, we'll just. Oh, he'll take his top hat off.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
duck under.
And Drexlin.
Yep. Tight fit, but
Okay.
he'll get through.
Alright.
Does
Every-
Lev have like a hairdo? Is there like a tuft of hair
Jesus.
on Rabbit Folk?
I've
Or is
not
it just like
considered this,
sort
Dan.
of for like
Guards all around us, and
I'm
that's what
so curious.
Dakos is checking out.
I haven't seen Lev's like under his
Lev will
hat
never
yet.
remove his hat again. How about that?
Which will make that hot top scene even better.
Alright. So y'all are on the other side of the fence and inside the forest.
All right. Cuckoo, cachoo.
Roll perception checks for me really quick, please, as you just stepped inside. Interesting.
Ooh.
Alright, Lev, perception.
13.
And Yavani,
11.
Drexlin.
Nat 20 for 21.
Nice. And Dakos.
18.
Alright, so everyone except Yavani would hear, as you just on the other side of the fence, as you step, everyone gets into the forest on the other side of the fence. You hear the guards about 30-40 feet away, and you'll hear one guard be like, he said that we got some intruders kind of around this area, so we should keep an eye out for them. Oh, gotcha. So, still alerted. That doesn't seem like that they're like coming into the forest.
Let's go explore, shall we? Oh, tracking. Right. Giovanni, yes, you would have some skill in tracking, survival skills up to the task.
Also, those of you, everyone except Giovanni, with those perception checks, would have also noticed a ladybug fly by you.
Okay.
Does it fly suspiciously?
No, it's just flying by. Fly
I'd like
to
to
a
inside check the
fly
ladybug.
to a tree about 5 feet away, 10 feet away from you, and will alight there. Land there.
Ignore the mission, everyone. We're following the ladybug.
Nice, yeah.
The ladybug is a chair.
Yep.
Yeah. What is this chair? And just as you know, the player heads up, I have that robe on, so dark vision at 120 feet, invisible creatures I can see, and I can see into the ethereal plane out 120 feet, just in case any of that becomes important.
And I think Giovanni will try and use survival skills to get people kind of away from the fence and kind of a little bit into the forest, so that we're definitely out of sight and maybe out of earshot before we talk. So he'll try and pick a reasonable way through the overgrowth.
Okay. Make a survival check for me then.
Okay, I'm going to use my Cosmic Omen and wheel that for an additional +6.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, Cosmic Omen, I like that. Oh, Shanghai Noon. Okay. I was like, it's rattling around. That's awesome.
Oh, with the P and the cloth. What was your survival roll, Giovanni?
That went about as well as it could possibly have gone, and my survival roll is a 29.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, Giovanni, yeah, you're able to kind of like pick out, like, it doesn't seem like that you're finding like a well-laden path here in the forest. Like, you are picking up that there is something, almost like a path that's been abandoned for a long time. Like, you know, like, there seems to be like a natural, it could be natural, could be man-made, like clearing in the trees that just allows you to pass through a little bit easier than some of the other, this is a very lush forest, full of trees, and you can hear some like, insects and birds around you. It definitely seems to have a lot of life in it. But you're able to get them, and about 30 feet away from the fence, Giovanni, you would hear a hawk.
Okay. Giovanni will, Giovanni's been to a few druid circles in a few remote and distant places, probably for some eclipse or some celestial events. So after kind of a long time in this city, Giovanni, who is actually a druid, even though he tends to look up more than nature, is starting to actually just feel a little bit more comfortable, feel a bit more relaxed, kind of starting to feel the rhythm of the forest. And the sound of the hawk will just kind of reassure Giovanni.
Okay. You hear it again.
I guess if we're far enough in, Giovanni will kind of whisper to everyone, like, "Okay, I think we're safe now. What?
I think we're alone now."
Perhaps we can look for some tracks of the constructs, if.
Well, it's interesting because it may not look it, but it seems like there's almost a path here that we're already on. Maybe we should follow it at first and see if perhaps it leads to other tracks or trails.
That's
a good idea.
I can try and follow it. We'll see what we can do.
I'll be right on Giovanni's heels.
Okay.
Wings. Astonishing.
Yvonne will take the very uncomfortable point on this trip,
Okay.
and off we go.
All right. So, Yvonne, I'll need you to make a survival check and we'll go make a survival check for you as you're leading. The rest of you, if you can make perception checks for me, please. All right. Lev, your perception check. Oh no.
Just not a good.
It's on the edge of 18, then turned into a 2, so that's a total of 5.
Okay. Dakos, what is your perception?
25.
And Drexlin.
12.
Okay. So as Yvonne, what's your survival check?
11 this time.
Okay. So Yvonne, you are starting to feel more at one with the space, and you do kind of you've noticed this kind of like old path that's kind of through the forest. The trees start to get like in the brush. There seems to be like a random bush kind of in the path here and there that kind of throws you off, but you try to like maneuver around them. What was your roll again, Drexlin, for perception?
12.
Okay, so Dakos. Well, I'll say Drexlin, you would hear the hawk again and see the hawk and see a blood hawk in one of the trees. That's right there beside the path.
Okay.
Uh,
Sort of gesture towards
okay.
what I heard.
Dakos, you will not only see that, but you'll also notice that as you continue, like, you start to notice kind of in the ground of this odd, like, cleared, kind of like partially cleared path that Yvonne is taking you down, deeper into the forest. You would notice some, like, planks that seem to be pretty much mostly covered in dirt, but it's almost like planks would be laid down for a walkway, for a pathway, that are in the same pathway going in the same direction, but they're covered with dirt. Probably looks like that that they've been out here and they've been built and they haven't been kept up for years.
Okay. Just quick, carefully, just in case it's a problem. Tracks' planks down here. They don't look like a trap or anything per se, just disused and covered in dirt. But it's along our path here. What of note?
And you would also see the bloodhawk in the tree.
The bloodhawk. Oh, I don't know that I've seen one of those in some time. Scary.
Yeah, as you continue down the path, the hawk will fly away down the path into the same direction that you're walking. Are we all continuing down the path?
Does anyone else notice the hawk following us in this manner? It's quite cute, but magical woods, perhaps.
How is the area around the path?
Oh, it's
Is it
completely
foliage
yes,
thick?
yes.
Walkable?
I mean, it's walkable. Sure, it'd probably be difficult terrain because of the roots and the brushes and bushes, but you can definitely go off the path. Sure.
Since Dakos has pointed out the hawk, I'll just do a nature check to make sure there's nothing. That it is just a normal hawk, and I don't detect any weird behavior or weird features about it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
6.
Yeah, it looks like a normal hawk.
It's a hawk, all right.
No distinguishable differences.
Oh, understood. Thank you.
How big is this hawk?
I mean, typical blood.
I rolled a 6. I'm gonna tell you it's hawk sized. This is the most ordinary hawk in the world.
About 18 to 26 inches.
What's an inch?
2.4 pounds.
What's a pound? Oh, is that like the king's thumb or something?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, all right. I suppose it's all right. I guess we'll see if it keeps following us.
Okay. Yeah, and to be clear, it's going ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's moving ahead of you,
We're creeping on it.
but still down the path that you're walking on currently.
Mhm.
All right. So continuing down the path, you go in. So Yvonne, make another survival check for me, please.
Another 11.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It can be a little difficult sometimes, but you're still able to kind of maintain your course. I would say this goes on for like probably like I'm trying to think. Probably like 20 minutes walking down this path. You'll hear the
Okay.
hawk ahead of you.
For kind of, I don't know if this is a fair question,
Sure.
but I feel like we started like right at the very edge of the demiplane, and we've been down into the city, and we saw the forest in the distance. I'm guessing we have an approximate, very rough idea of how big the forest could possibly be, because like the plane is only so big.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're walking 20 minutes, is that like you're probably well into the forest, or you maybe like if you'd gone a different direction, you'd be like completely across the forest? Like, I know we're not moving very fast because it's overgrown, but
why don't you make one more survival check for me to see if you can determine some of that? The path has, I will say, it's not just straight, like it has curved a bit here and there. What was your roll?
Can I assist him actually?
Oh,
if that's
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fine.
That's a wonderful question, Yvonne. I wonder if we here's my sketches of the city so far. We'll try and help by giving a breakdown.
I rolled an 8, so
Okay.
Well, that's with
So
advantage.
roll with
I'm
advantage,
probably-
rolling
Giovanni,
advantage. Okay.
since Dakos is helping you.
Much better.
looking through my
Much better.
sketches.
That was a natural 20 for 25.
Great.
Oh, this
So
is coming handy.
as you and Dakos like stand there and talk about it a bit, can I just scratch myself? Anyways, as you and Dakos stand there and talk about it a bit, you can kind of figure that. I mean, this forest kind of goes along the edge of almost half of the city itself. Yeah, I mean, not covering half of it, but like it's around the edge of a whole.
So
half
like
part
a
of the
moon, like a
circle.
moon crescent.
Yeah.
Right around here. Yes.
Yeah. So you have, you're thinking, okay, we've walked about probably like 25 minutes at this point. You would maybe be about, you definitely haven't walked half the forest. Maybe about a quarter. You've kind of covered maybe, went around like a quarter of the forest, if that makes any sense. Like,
So we've moved a decent ways into like not an enormous forest, but we've moved decent ways in.
You're a decent ways in. Yeah, I mean, it's not, you're not like standing like directly in the middle of the crescent, but like,
Yep, sure.
You've covered a little bit of ground.
Excellent.
Okay, all right. So keep doing that about 20 minutes. Walked for about 25, and you come upon. Okay, as you start to see like a clearing ahead. So the path kind of empties out into something. Clearing of trees. The wood planks kind of, I would say probably by now, everyone's kind of noticed them. Kind of sticking out from the ground and half covered in dirt that you've been walking on in this path. Yes.
Sorry, this is Giovanni putting up his hand.
Oh, okay.
And kind of pointing out the clearing and saying, maybe somebody should sneak ahead and have a look.
Understood. And I will. I don't have any spells, but I will put. I got my cloak up, and I'll be as sneaky as I can. At least I'll stay in the perimeter of the trees, so I'm not hopefully not visible like the hidden. And just with all my vision stuff with the cloak, look ahead for invisible and astral, ethereal planes.
All right, and so you're stepping to the edge of the clearing there.
Yeah, I'm not stepping into the clearing. I'm staying
just kind of looking,
but on the edge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the trees, hiding, intentionally trying to be stealthy.
Dakos, as you kind of step a little bit closer and kind of stay stealthy in there, make a stealth check for me, please.
29.
Okay. So yeah, you feel like you're doing an okay job. The rest of you are like, Dakos?
Where'd he go?
You see Dakos kind of step up and kind of almost disappear into a bush. And Dakos, as you look out into the clearing, you see what looks like ruined houses. These are completely dilapidated, roofs almost all caved in. The path leads into this kind of there's about 7, 8 different buildings, different houses here, maybe more at one time. You see foundations for others possibly. Get the fuck out. You see buildings dilapidated. And you see the hawk. In fact, as you step closer to the clearing, the hawk will emerge from a tree right there at the clearing and probably give you a bit of a jump. But will fly out and kind of towards one of these ruined houses.
No invisible people or anything?
Nope, you don't see any invisible people. Why don't you make well, I would say that as you're looking out here and you have the robe on, you would see little kind of woodland creatures kind of running out of the houses, like a squirrel here. Like I said, the hawk went into one of the dilapidated houses,
They think they're people.
Almost diving in.
That's adorable. I'll head back over to everyone else and just report this. Animals behave. Yvonne, I'm sure we'll need your expertise. Animals feel like, to me, as if they're behaving strangely. They're going in and out of the houses like people. But there's dilapidated buildings in there in the clearing. The hawk flew out, gave me a right past me and into towards one of the houses. I don't see any invisible creatures, and there's nothing ghostly in the ethereal plane out there. So I think we're relatively safe from things in the clearing. I can't see in the buildings, of course. But the creatures. I had an eye for that cat on the boat before, and I just wonder if it's I don't know. But there's the information. Shall we head forth?
There's definitely witches. I'm glad we brought the whiskey.
Yes.
Yes. Drexlin's going to say, hold on just one second. And he's going to use his channel divinity and use his divine sense. Which will...
Is that undead?
Well, I just looked it up because it's weird. It says anything affected by the Hallow spell. And I said, all right, well, let me look up what the heck the Hallow spell does. It is celestials, fae, fiend, undead, and elementals within 60 feet of me.
So you can spot them?
I can see them, yes, I can see them. Detect. Yes, until the end of your turn, which is 6 seconds. For 6 seconds, I would imagine. Anything affected by the Hallow spell or the known location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet. That is, even if that is not behind total cover. With that proviso.
I don't Yeah, no, you don't sense
Okay, just
you
a
don't
shot.
sense anything. What's the area effect on that?
60 feet.
60 feet.
Hmm.
No, you don't sense anything.
Yeah, and it only lasts 6 seconds, so I can't like walk around with it.
Hmm. Did you send? What did you? What were
No,
you doing?
I was looking for undead or fiends or fae or
Oh, okay.
elementals.
Okay. What are y'all gonna do?
Just that damn blood hook.
Shall we enter then? There's that.
I suppose we're all going forward here.
I think so at this point.
Oh.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
I'll take a step around Giovanni and take the point.
Oh.
Relieve him of the point. Oh? Oh. Suddenly a gold dragon appears.
So tell me about this. So this just makes these things apparent to you, right? What you did?
Yes, as an action you can detect. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, good and evil. And until the end of your next turn,
and anything affected by the
you can sense, yes, anything affected by the hollow spell.
Okay. All right, I'm going to private message you.
Check that.
Can you tell what they are, Drexen? Or do they just show? Do they just like
detect them and know the location?
Okay. Make sure I'm sending the right person. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. But other than that, nothing.
To be fair, I was wondering about that. Okay, all clear.
Okay. Wait a minute. All right. Yes. Okay. What do
So yeah, he'll step around Giovanni, relieve him of the point, and start walking towards the buildings.
Okay. All right. As you and as you walk into the clearing, along with anyone else who follows, you see a few. Sorry, I was getting my thoughts together. You see a few animals scatter as you kind of walk in. You know, they'll kind of scatter to the trees. Some squirrels. You don't see the blood hawk come out. Yes, these you see about. Let me see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7. Pretty much dilapidated buildings. I mean, there are still some walls standing. Most of the roofs are caved in. The thatch. But there's still like wheelbarrows outside the houses. There's still like an axe in a tree stump by one.
That's strange. There's twos. How are they also like wicked old? Oh, to New England. Sorry. Are they also very old?
If you walk up to it, yeah. If you like go, the path leads right in between these houses, almost like if it was an actual like little village, little town. And leads right to these houses, and then also leads out, like past them into another like part of the forest. Mm-hmm.
Do they look older than 10 years old?
Make an investigation check. Unless you have like a weird ability that allows you to like
No, this is
Tell how old metal is.
nice. 15.
Okay. Well, it kind of like fits in with your background too, probably. Your experience. I'm going to private message you.
Okay. Ah.
Let me add something here.
Okay. Before I blab. This is interesting. It's like a little settlement out of time almost. Looks like people maybe left in a hurry. There's wheelbarrow left by the side. But the most interesting part to me is that these have been left this way for at least it's closer to 15 years. And this domain has only been here 10.
Yes. That's odd.
Very. Perhaps. Oh, what could that mean? Is it actually older? Something done before? Bringing people? Or people brought in to cover up something else? I'll add this to my notes. And I'll write it in the document that goes to a benefactor. Well, okay. Anyway, sorry. Just I'll get off my soapbox. I just stood out. 15 years, exclamation point. 10, 3 exclamation points.
All right.
Is the crow, the thing around? I'm sorry, please, Yamani, go ahead.
No, just say, shall we explore some more? I mean,
yes,
there's clearly something here.
I feel almost like we were led here by that. I mean, the trail, of course, but that hawk as well. And is that on a particular house? You said.
Yeah, Drexlin would have saw what house it flew. Or no, you would have saw what house it flew into, right?
It flew into this home right over there. And I look at the scariest house or whatever house it is.
Okay. So y'all going up to that house? Okay. So as you step up closer to it, this one has like you'll see some like flower pots outside, on the ground with some, of course, the flowers are all gone. Like, there's nothing like to them. And other than just vines starting to like grow into them because foliage and vines have kind of like moss have kind of started taking, of course, taken over these houses. Not started, they have taken over. As you walk towards this house, like half the roof is dilapidated in. The door is like half off the frame. Just from like a little bit of like, the wall kind of giving in a little bit and just knocking it loose. If you fiddle, are you kind of pulling open the door at all?
The whiskey, just in case.
Drexlin will give a like quarter side glance and take his Morning Star. And is it a push or a pull? If it's a push, he will push the door open.
Oh, well, it's kind of half off its hinges. So, I mean, you could go either way.
All right, so I just gently push the door with his Morning Star.
It kind of like, you have to give a little bit of a push and that kind of like scrapes up against the stone under it. But as the door opens, I mean, there's natural light because the roof's half caved in. But oddly enough, you open the door and things are still inside. Chairs set up as in a living space there. There are shoes by the door going in. Yeah.
Are these also broken down? You're saying this is like livable, like everything's fine?
No, it's,
I mean, still collapsed?
Everything's dilapidated. It's like if you've ever watched like an abandoned house video, which I do all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I got
If you ever watched an abandoned houses video and like everything's like, just consider that like times 20, like the roof's like half in.
Oh,
but things have been left. It looks like
Right. I understand.
It looks like someone
Gotcha.
just like up and left the house and didn't come
Okay.
back.
Is there a
Anybody
layer
in
of
here?
dust?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there a layer of dust at all?
Yes. Dirt, dust, vines coming in, some moss here and there, mold.
Anyone invisible or on the ethereal plane? Any of that business in here?
No. If you take a step in or two, you'll have a couple of mice like scurry away into another room.
The hawk's
Drexel.
in here. Oh, sorry, Drexel.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Is the hawk here?
You don't see the hawk yet. Not just looking in or stepping in direct. Like a couple of steps in. If you go in deeper, let me know.
Drexel will look immediately for the fireplace.
Yeah.
If there's a fireplace.
Okay. Yeah. So you're stepping into the.
Yes.
Okay.
Far enough to see. You know.
Okay.
I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
into-
Again, as you kind of walk deeper into the space, furniture's still there. There's a teacup beside on an end table, and you take a look to your left and you see the fireplace, and the hawk has a nest there, and will immediately kind of like stand up and just kind of like back up against the wall of the fireplace.
Drexel, I guess, sort of like almost acknowledge the hawk's presence,
Okay.
but not approach it.
Okay. It will settle just a bit, but still seem very alert to your presence.
Does this seem like normal hawk behavior to Giovanni? Like, do you want to make a nature check on that, or?
Yeah, make a nature check, please.
19.
Only domesticated Giovanni. A hawk out in nature would probably have already like flown out and away to, probably as soon as you opened the door and someone stepped in.
It feels like this hawk is used to people.
Oh.
Or, yeah.
Oh, hawk. Hello.
Drexel almost
Just kind of like turns its head to where an eye is looking at you, Dacos.
Oh. Do you speak common? It's a pleasure to meet you. Or perhaps, and I'll speak in Elvish. Perhaps Elvish?
Just kind of cocks
Switch
its
to
head and just
Sylvan.
kind of like turns its eye towards you.
I'll try Sylvan as well.
Same response.
Did you want us to come here?
Just continues looking at you.
Disappointing.
It will get up. It won't say anything. Doesn't respond. But will kind of like get up and start like walking on its hawk feet across the living room floor, and just kind of get settled into one of the chairs when a cloud of dust like flows up.
Should we all join you?
It just gets
Why
settled in.
not? I'll just sit next to it in a chair if there's one nearby. Oh.
It will knock its beak against. Well, let me ask if does anyone else want to do anything? Yes,
not at this
Drexlin.
point. Not since he sat next to it. So he's
Okay.
gonna let this
Sorry.
play out.
Just rocking in a chair with a bird.
Hawk will knock its beak against an end table with a little drawer in it, beside the chair that they're in.
Is this where we should put the whiskey? I'll open the door. The drawer.
There is a quill.
Sorry, love.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, love.
Oh, I was going to cast Mage Hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Then I'll see that. Oh, much better idea. Yes.
Use Mage Hand to open the drawer, and
Was that about a
inside,
quill? Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a you'll see a quill kind of just sitting inside, along with a bottle of what you would assume is probably dried up ink, and a leather-bound like book that's kind of has a strap of leather wrapped around it.
Love will use the Mage Hand to pick up the book and put it on top of the end table.
Okay.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Should we open it?
Is it a title? Is that a yes? No title then?
No title. It's just leather bound.
Yeah, I guess we've come this far, Lev.
Like a journal. You would probably recognize it.
I've had it.
So Lev will use the mage hand to unwrap it and then flip it open to the first page.
Okay. The first page will have a date on it. Oh, I didn't figure that out. The first page will have a date on it that will be...
So weird that they're preserving fruit in these books.
The date you would recognize as 22 years ago.
What is going on?
Interesting.
There seems to be writing like inside. I'll say the wind breeze will kind of come through and kind of like flip open a page a bit, and you'll see like it's been written in.
Oh,
in common, it looks like. What are you doing, Dakos?
I just wanted to read it with Lev, but I don't want to step on his toes.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Are you turning the pages at all?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
What kind of juicy content are we getting here?
I will say that it's be a perfect thing to end this session on. As you flip through the journal, and it looks like someone writing about some issues with the town. It talks about you'll see Lord Callum and Kasula Amikir mentioned as being the rulers of the town, of the city. You will also see something about, as you continue flipping through, that Kasula disappeared, the female ruler, and then townspeople began to disappear. One by one, talks about different neighbors disappearing. This person writing this seems to be getting more and more panicked as the journal continues, until it just stops. Suddenly.
Oh, like mid handwriting, or just like
no, just like it's just one. There's no more entries after, and it's no final like we're moving. Like it's just kind of like yeah. Another
name or signature.
No name or signature.
We heard about this the Queen's mother disappearing. They never found a tombstone. They never found her body. Yes.
And while you're processing that, that's how we'll end tonight's session. All right. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers, for being here.
Thank you, Steph.
Jane Reedy, the hawk killed the queen, confirmed.
Read my deeds.
Yeah, the hawk perches on top of Dakos' chair and goes, "Nevermore."
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would be great.
What's that sound I hear?
All right, let me just try it. But yeah, thank you so much. It's been such a great game. Thank you so much for being here for episode 11 of the Penumbra Assembly. Super exciting. Let me give you've been this is every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time here on Madbird Streams. I'll throw up our schedule here. Unfortunately tomorrow we may have Paint by Minis at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm hoping to maybe to do a solo painting stream since Christy can't make it, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Friday you'll have the Stormfall Initiative. Saturday In Extremis at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And let's see, Sunday, no Obsidian Scroll on Sunday, but then you're back on Monday with the Forsaken, etc. If you haven't followed us, please give us a follow. We have a lot of great content here on the channel. more coming. We have 2 D&D campaigns that'll be starting in the not too distant future. So super excited about those. Yeah. Let me see here. I have, did you get someone to raid to, Dan, or no?
I did not.
Okay, perfect. I'm not too. Yeah, let's go over and raid over to Perception Studio. Looks like that they're doing some interactive D&D action there. So
Could I? I'm so sorry. Just mention someone else. There's someone that's been doing some lovely service for us in Fall, because I happen to see they're online. Is it too late for me to sneak in?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'm really sorry.
No.
We haven't been able to raid them yet, and they're just absolutely fantastic. Adrian Triggs. So, okay, thank you, Steph. I'm sorry.
All right, you're fine.
Just saw him in the online. I was like,
You're okay. Thank you so much. Give a caw in the chat when you raid over there, and we are so happy to have you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. All right. Bye.
Thanks, Steph. Sorry.